Brace yourselves. Winter is coming. Nah, fool, I'm kidding. It's already here. Hey everybody, welcome to SkateChat. This is my vlog, and today I'm talking about winter, how much it sucks, and how much, as I was preparing to do this video, I look outside and it's doing this. Stop! Why? I just want to go skating. And I just want to go skating in nice weather, but it's not nice. It's like this all the time now. Welcome, welcome. For those of you on the East Coast, I probably don't need to tell you that we are in the midst of a cold snap. This morning it was 9 degrees Fahrenheit. 9 degrees. Right now it's noon and it's warmed up a little bit. It's now 16. Which is, it's not 9. In just about a week, Thursday, December 12th, is going to be the first official day of winter. But let's face it, it's already here. So in my last video, I talked about cold weather training. And I wanted some advice on what you can do to be a little more comfortable in your winter sessions. Keep in mind, these are mostly aimed at fitness skaters. It's going to be good advice for any kind of physical outdoor activity that you do. But, you know, I mean, obviously, some of these tips are not going to really apply. They're just more of a general guideline. But other than that, yeah, this is mostly for fitness skaters. So tip number 1, dress for success. Obviously, the goal is to be warm, but you have to be smart about it, okay? You don't want to be too warm, because if you're too warm, it's going to get sweaty real quick. So you need to be aware of that, because staying dry is key for winter training. If you're dressed properly, your core will be nice and toasty, but you still need to worry about your extremities, your hands and fingers, toes, feet. When your body is cold, it pumps more blood into the core to keep the core warm, because it's trying to prevent damage to the organs. But that means that your extremities are going to be more vulnerable to the cold because they're going to have less blood pumping through them. You also need to be aware of frostbite, because it's very, very dangerous and it sets on faster than you think. If your toes and your fingers are tingling, that's a bad sign. If you're feeling kind of like an itchy, burning sensation, that means that you're not getting warmth to these areas. They're getting cold, and eventually you're going to start getting damage. You know, look out for the bluish color. That's definitely a bad sign. And the thing you need to really watch out for is when the pain just suddenly goes away, when your toes and your hands become so cold that they start becoming numb. That's when the damage really starts to set in. So that is a sign that you need to get warmed up immediately. You're going to want to dress in layers, okay? Synthetic fibers are going to be your best friends. Wools are going to be your best friends as well, because they're breathable, they allow excess heat to escape, they also don't absorb moisture very well. Some of these more advanced athletic tech and synthetic fibers will whisk away the moisture, the sweat. These clothes won't stick to your body as well as like cotton will. Like cotton will just stick right to you, and the more you sweat, the cooler it becomes, as it'll transfer the heat out faster. And you don't want that. You want to remain an even temperature. And then for your top layer, you're going to want to wear like a windbreaker style jacket. Make sure it's got proper ventilation, because you don't want it to build up. Like again, heat and moisture, holding it all in is not good. You want to maintain an even temperature. Tip number 2, warm up. Okay, now be honest. You stretch before you exercise, right? This is an essential pre-flight check right here. It's a step that becomes even more important in cold weather, because you don't want to tense up. Inline skaters will tell you, like, the worst thing you can do is to tense up and be stiff, especially if you're wearing bulky clothing. It's going to make it harder for you to make those quick split-second maneuvers that might save you, like if you hit a curb that's a little uneven or a crack in the pavement, and you need to catch yourself. If you can't properly tuck and prepare for that fall, you're going to hit the ground hard, and it's going to hurt. Tip number 3, be mindful of wintry hazards. Ice and snow are pretty obviously hazards that you don't want to mess with. Reduced friction will drop you like a rock. And then another hazard you have to watch out for is, you may not think the snow itself is a bad problem, but like I said, if it's burying ice, if you can't see the ice, you're going to hit that ice. If it's burying sticks and gravel and road salt and other things that you don't see because they're under that layer of snow, that again, that's going to kick your skates out from under you, or it's going to stop you abruptly, and you're going to go toppling it. You're going to hit the ground hard. Again, it just comes down to you can't see what's under the snow. So trying to skate through the snow is not really a good idea. And then, of course, there's the problem of moisture, because water will kill your bearings. Snow gets in there, it melts, the water goes into the bearings, it rusts them out. That's going to kill your bearings. So make sure when you get home, keep those skates, get them cleaned, get them dry, get the salt, get everything off of them, because there's so much that you don't see that's going on there. Salt is such corrosive, it'll ruin your frames, it'll corrode the wheels, it'll corrode the boots. You want to watch out for this kind of stuff. Tip number 4, fuel up, hydrate, and rest. These should really be the first things that you're doing. Make sure you're well rested and prepared for your session before you go out. Training in the cold will quickly sap your strength and exhaust you. Once fatigue sets in, it makes you much more vulnerable to injury. So you want to make sure you're getting enough sleep at night. You want to make sure you're eating right. You want to make sure that you're keeping yourself hydrated. Give yourself enough time to do these things. Give yourself enough time to sleep at night. Give yourself enough time to eat properly and fuel up and hydrate. If you're in a rush, you're going to skip a few steps, and you're probably going to miss something important, and that's going to lead to problems down the line. So you want to make sure that you're giving yourself enough time to take care of all the essentials, so that when you're ready to go out and skate, you can focus on skating and have a good time. Another thing you might not think about when it comes to winter is staying hydrated. Naturally, you think, well, it's cooler, so I'm not going to sweat as much, so I'm not going to lose as much water. Well, that's partially true, but really what's happening is the cooler air is going to dry your skin out. Another tip is to keep lukewarm water in an insulated thermos. It'll help keep your throat lubricated. If your windpipe isn't restricted from and being treated harshly by the cold air, it'll make it easier to breathe, and you'll be able to put in those long strides and really force yourself to help keep your fitness levels up and make some gains. And then when you get back, give yourself plenty of time to rest and recover. Usually right after your workout, you're going to want to take a shower. We'll consider maybe taking a bath instead. Not too hot, but just a nice warm bath. It'll help your body acclimate to the warmer temperature indoors. And the really nice thing about a bath is it's the perfect way to take a nice little time out, a nice little bit of me time, to relax and rest your muscles and to recover properly. Tip number 4. If it's too cold, it's too cold. In the end, you really don't have to prove anything to anyone. Okay, so you sat on the couch instead of going out for a skate sesh. You didn't lace up because the temperatures were dipping down in the single digits. Hey look, I understand. I don't want to be out there either. I mean, I'm not going to judge. But if you're going to be sitting on the couch binge watching flicks all day, make sure you're not eating things that are heavy in starch and carbohydrates. Make sure that you're eating healthier, you're getting snacks that aren't going to just bloat you and put on fat. Make sure you're eating healthy, even if you're not getting the exercise you should be getting. And then, of course, you can always just do some yoga or on-the-spot cardio or just, whatever it takes to keep your heart rate up and so that you're not just sitting on the couch. So eat healthy, rest up, and focus on making a more concerted effort on another day. But, keep in mind that winter sports do exist, and they thrive in the cold. It's not impossible to get your skate on and have fun, even if it's really cold outside. So that's just some food for thought. Anyway, that just about wraps up this skate session. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it in any way helpful, please leave me a comment below. Also, consider donating to my Patreon. You can find the link in the description, or you can click on the little icon that's going to pop up in the center of the box at the end of the video here. It's quick, it's easy, and you can donate as little as $1 a month if you'd like. Every little bit helps me out, I'm telling you. And last but not least, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe to the channel and get more videos. Hey! Special thanks to my existing patrons and subscribers. Thank you so much. Keep skating!